Could you tell us a little bit about how you first heard of the Blue Tree Clinic?
Yeah, sure. So my ex and I at the time were going through a bit of a tough time. We were both looking for counselling. She Googled clinics in London, and we found the Blue Tree, which had fantastic reviews. And we both independently decided to come here separately at the time. And I came in here, I spoke about what I was going through, what I was hoping to achieve through therapy, and you recommended me to one of the therapists in the clinic, Dr. Jessica Weinberger, and I've been coming here ever since pretty regularly.
My idea then was to try and match a client such as yourself to the right therapist. Do you think that we got that right?
Yeah, I do. I was incredibly skeptical about therapy in general, not in terms of the benefits of therapy. I just thought that 3 years ago I would have been quite a difficult patient, more than anything else, and I was quite taken aback by what I found. And yeah, I completely do think you got that pretty much spot on. I can't say enough good things about it.
Okay, so we matched you to one of our clinical psychologists. How has that process over the last few years helped you personally?
Enormously so, from a variety of things. I came in with probably three main issues at the time. My relationship of 7 years with a woman I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with was crumbling. I was going through a very tough time with the company I was running. It was being acquired and subsumed by much bigger fish, and I was losing that sense of purpose as well. And there was something a little bit deeper that was I was finding quite unsettling as well, which I didn't really know how to articulate. Through that, I've navigated through the first two of those issues as well, but I've also come to terms with quite a few things in my personal life, from depression through to quite a difficult childhood, through to a number of different implications that's had, and I've perhaps been able to tap into a much healthier life, a much better quality of life, but also, I guess, a richness in day-to-day life that I didn't think I would ever have in my life. I didn't really think it was my role at the time. So it's been an incredible surprise.
Oh, that's great. What would you say differentiates the Blue Tree Clinic from other clinics you may have heard friends have been to, or indeed any of your prior experience with doctors or mental health services?
So when I said I was skeptical about therapy in general earlier, it wasn't supposed to do with therapy. It was through the anecdotes of my friends that supplied me. They always made it sound like their therapist didn't listen to them. They always made it sound like it was probably wishy-washy, honestly. And a lot of the high-functioning people that I respected, from a South African background, which is quite a red-blooded society, would roll their eyes at the idea of therapy. But what I found here was, I guess, mutual respect and appreciation, which I was quite taken aback by, together with warmth and understanding. It's very professional, but very kind as well, and that balance was quite a surprise. But I can't really compare against other clinics in London. It's anyone I've been to here, but I can say from what I've heard of my friends and other people that I've spoken to about therapy, they've often struggled quite a bit with the therapists. They feel that they're not engaged, they're not listened to, they often wonder if they get a lot out of their therapy or not. I've never felt that here. I've always felt like I've gotten a lot, whether I'm going through a good time or a bad time. I always look forward to the sessions that I have here, and I've always felt more than value for money in terms of that relationship with the clinic.
Great, thank you very much for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to advise people that are struggling with their mental health, or maybe feel that they can't pick up the phone to contact us or send us an email? Is there anything? I know you've done this kindly to help other people that have been struggling as you once were. Is there any sort of final message you might give to somebody?
Probably quite a few. I don't know how to summarize them. First and foremost, I think the thing I had to overcome was the stigmas of seeking for help and asking for it. In time, I've actually come to realize the fact that probably the people I respect the most in the world and the highest functioning people are those that ask for help. It's also a scary and embarrassing process to go through, or you fear it's going to be, but as I said, I've never felt anything but respect over here. So that was an unfounded fear in many ways. It never came to fruition. And again, it's at times it's hard work, but it's a very, very pleasant and rewarding experience.
Can I finally ask, what kind of treatment, for anyone that's wondering, have you had?
So, firstly, I was suffering from depression, and with Jessica, I did a lot of talking therapy. We did some cognitive behavioral therapy as well, and we've also done EMDR for trauma, which I've done at various stages over the past few years for various things. And that in particular has been, together with the talk therapy, I found incredibly powerful.